From Kyle, oh, Captain my Klavan, I am a Catholic who has had a very rocky journey of faith. I have some periods of life where I pray frequently and go to Mass every week, sometimes on more days than just Sunday. Then I'll have periods where I fall away from the religious parts of life, but I never lose faith or believe in God. Recently, I have been in the latter situation for a longer amount of time than usual. I don't pray enough, I don't go to Mass enough, and I have trouble bringing God into all aspects of my life as Christians should do. This worries me. These low points have always worried me. Any advice on what I should do to stop the ebb and flow of my relationship with God and maintain a constant growing of my faith? Well, yeah, first of all, you don't want to stop the ebb and flow of every relationship ebbs and flows, and that can be the periods when it's deepening without your even knowing it. You shouldn't worry about that. I mean, I think that is true in relationships with other humans, and I think it's true in relationship with God. Sometimes you feel like God is sitting right there in front of you, and sometimes you can't find him, and you feel that he's not listening. And that, obviously, that old, it's corny, but that whole thing about the footsteps in the sand, you say to God, your footsteps vanished when I was in trouble. And he says, no, it's your footsteps that vanished. I was carrying you. And I think that that's true. You shouldn't worry about that. What you should worry about, though, is what we'll call praxis, which is a fancy word for the things you do. I think that when you drift away from church, when you drift away from the Bible, when you drift away from prayer, I think that that's not helpful. And I think that this is not an emotional thing. You don't want to just do it when you feel it. You want to do it because the praxis is good to maintain the relationship. In order to be in a relationship, you can't just sort of not see your wife and wonder why you're distant from her. You have to see your wife, and sometimes your relationship may be incredibly intense, and sometimes it may be less intense, but you got to see her to have that relationship. And the same thing is true with God. So you ought to that's just discipline. That's just something you can actually do to make sure you don't lose touch, and that you're always available to God when he comes near, and that you're not drifting away.